Well, we have to turn the ambo around. There's no seats. Let's see how well this goes. Well, that ain't good. Uh-oh. Maybe we pulled one too many wires. Oh, sugar. Okay, well, we're not turning the ambulance around. We'll do that another time. Good morning. Nice cup of coffee. I'm gonna try to get the ambo started. Yesterday when we got home, we were gonna try to turn the ambulance around. It's actually backed into the spot right now, but we need access to the back a little bit easier. But anyway, we went to start the ambulance and it wouldn't fire. Now, we did pull a bunch of wires and all of that. I'm pretty sure I know what the issue is, and that is, since I pulled the house batteries, the way that my wiring setup is configured is that doesn't allow the ambo to start, because I have a separator, I forget exactly what the term is for it, in the engine compartment. But what that does is it keeps the starting battery completely separate from the rest of the ambo whenever the key is turned off. That way my starting battery has no chance of dying. So instead of pulling house batteries back out, since they're in the basement, I am going to jump across with this wire, and hopefully that will be able to make the connection that we need and fire it up. Let's see what happens. So this is a little device. It absolutely needs cleaned because it is dirty as hell. But pretty much what happens is when the ignition starts normally, this wire here connects these two connections together. Well, this wire is connected to the house battery for ignition purposes. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use this here, and we're going to try to connect the two together, which should make that connection for us, and the ambo should fire right up. And here comes my lovely assistant this morning.
It's a gorgeous day.
So she's going to be the one to turn the key while I make the jump. Hopefully this does the job.
Fingers crossed. Careful.
Go ahead. Hold it. Well, that worked. The cable jumped it. However, as soon as we moved the cable, it shut back off. So having one of these would work, and we could just connect it in there if we ever were stuck. Just undo the bolts, but I'm not gonna deal with that just to be able to turn the ambulance around. So we're probably gonna grab two of the batteries, hook them back up the way they should, and we'll fire it up and be able to move the ambulance around and get to work this morning. All right, she's live. It worked. So I fired this up, and right now I have the dog box off on the inside here. And as soon as I fired it up, I found our little mouse friend who ran from inside the engine compartment, down the transmission, and scooted off somewhere under the ambulance. So our mouse friend is still hanging out, and we're gonna have to set some traps and figure out how to get rid of him so he doesn't cause any issues as we're putting in new things into the ambulance. We already got rid of all the remnants of him. We need to make sure that he is gone for good. How do you drive your ambo with those seats? Today is insulation day. We're going to be taking out all of the old styrofoam insulation. We're going to be upgrading to a little bit better stuff. We're going to start with the ceiling and work our way down to the walls. You'll notice we have two different types of insulation here. We decided to go with the foil-faced insulation for the roof and maybe some other little parts of the ambo, but this has an R value of 13 for the 2-inch thick material here. The other one that we're going to use does not have the foil. We're going to put those on the walls, and this has an R value of 10 at 2 inches thick. We figured the roof is probably going to be one of the main parts that needs to be insulated with the sun beating down on it and heat rising, everything else. So put the higher value on top, a little bit lower value on the walls. Should still give us plenty of insulation throughout the entire area.
Welcome to the insulation session.
Getting ready to hang some ceiling panels, but we had to go through, measure out where all the wires come down for the lights so we get the holes pre-drilled. We do have the ventilation for the AC unit back here in the rear, so those have to get cut out. I still have 2 more holes to cut out there. And then I also did pre-drills and pilot holes for where all the screws are going to go. That way we can putty over them after we're all done, sand it down, and it'll paint the way we want it, really nice. What we're going to do is we're going to use some adhesive that's going to go on all of the metal framing up here. So when we put the board up, we will have some adhesive that will bond it together, plus a bunch of screws, and we shouldn't have any problems from there on out. Didn't go as easy as I wanted it to. The self-tapping screws did not self-tap, so we have to drill them all out. Luckily we got a couple up so to hold it in place. Ceiling up today. Now we're going to start working on some of the electrical. It's flooring day. Are you ready for floor? vinyl flooring, took out the carpet. If you do this, make sure you keep the old carpet because it comes in handy for a pattern when you need to cut the new one. This one comes with a lot of extra material. It is pretty darn close to a good fit, but they do give you a lot of extra material. So what you want to do is take this, lay it out, put your old carpet on top, trace it out, and then start cutting. Now, I only cut the center part out pretty good. I did mess up on one piece. Luckily, I have enough in the back where I can just kind of scoot everything forward and it should cover that up. But now that I have it in here, I'm going to start trimming while I have it in here. It'll give me a much better idea to make sure that the fit is going to be just right. So you may notice we have a new seat in the Ambo, and I didn't get any video of it. Last night I started putting this seat together at about 5 o'clock. I don't think I finished until 8:30, and that was just the seat alone. That wasn't including the pedestal or anything else. The Scheelman seats are extremely comfortable sitting here. This is an amazing seat. However, their instructions are horrible. Their holes didn't line up for the bolts, and it was a complete nightmare. The assembly of these seats was probably one of the worst things I've assembled in a long time, which is a shame because the seats are very, very nice. I wish they would do a better job on everything else, but all said and done, we got it in here and it's working. I have to do the driver's seat today. Like I said, I didn't do any video last night. There was a lot of swearing. The seat almost went over the side of the hill down into the woods. So it was, I just saved everybody the pain and suffering that I was enduring, and you can now see the benefit of it here. The seats are great though. I mean, this is probably one of the most comfortable seats I've sat in a car. Adjustments for every possible position you can think of. And the new swivels are great. You can see I have it swiveled around. They do face the back like we wanted to. I'm pretty stoked about this now that it's in. Hopefully, driver's seat goes much better today now that I have an idea of what needs to happen after deciphering their instructions. And hopefully the driver's seat bolts line up better than the passenger seat. So what do you think of your new seat?
I love it. It's so comfortable. You worked so hard and it makes it even more comfortable. And it slides and it reclines. Like, this is great and it's comfortable.
So it was worth all my pain and suffering?
I'm really sorry for your pain and suffering, but this is beautiful.
Are you sorry for my tears?
You shed many tears. In fact, you wanted to throw it over the bank. Nice. Leather, it's gonna be heated. And in Mexico, heated seats are the best.
I really hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the little bell as well so you get notifications every time we post a video. And until next time, we'll see you later.